and I play the guitar, solo guitar. I'm mostly taking a repertoire from African instruments, especially the kora, which is a 21-string harp from West Africa. I became very interested in one particular musician called Tumani Diabate, and in particular an album that he made in 1987, which was a solo kora album called Kora. Very, very seminal album. It's had a big influence on kora players, up till present day. It's actually still, to this day, the biggest selling kora album of all time. So I became very interested in this album, and it was one of the things that was always there. And at some point, I found a way to play this repertoire on the guitar. This particular music on the kora is from the griots, which is a hereditary caste of musicians who are learning in their families. In their society, they have a very particular role, so there's a lot of context, in the music. And I've taken it out of context completely and taken it as music and brought it into the classical canon, in a sense. This music is traditional music, so you'll have many, many variations of one piece played by many different players. So I've rather focused on the individuals and interpreted their compositions of these traditional pieces. African music largely came to the West through the post-rock world music scene, Real World, and these festivals, big outdoor festivals. So a lot of the lexicon, a lot of the way of talking about this music comes from rock, comes from jazz. They talk about Tumani, they talk about improvising over a bass line. But they talk about Bach's Chaconne, they don't talk about improvising over a bass line, they call about composing variations. And as I got deeper into Tumani's music, I discovered that he wasn't improvising over a bass line, he was composing. And the way that the music unfolds over multiple performances as well is very much closer to the tradition of composition and improvisation within composition, which has somewhat been lost in the classical tradition. So the reception has been amazing. Tumani himself very recently heard it and has invited me to come and perform with him. So he's very happy that I've understood his music, even though I hadn't heard the kora live. Hopefully it's bringing a new angle and a new way of thinking and a new nuance of thinking about African music. And other than that, I'm just having a nice time playing it.